I did do my GCSEs, and I did
Well
quite
done.
well in them.
You did?
I did. I did them at the most famous school on the planet.
Perchance, I haven't heard what school that is. Would you mind?
It's just it's not a great thing at the moment. But so I went to Eton. I did 11 years at boarding school, 5 of them at Eton. I was
Wow.
pretty successful. I was very good at sport, and I'll come on to that in a minute. Terrible at schoolwork, really, really bad. Got my GCSEs, and then by the time I got to my last year, I'd had enough, and I just didn't even bother turning up for my A levels. I was never going to go to university. Very rare for that school. I wasn't
Really?
naughty. I was just everyone else was going to Oxford, Cambridge, Bath, St Andrews. I'm the top whack. And if they weren't, they're going some sort of poly and just doing hospitality or something, whatever it was. I had to leave. I'd been successful and popular and all that kind of stuff. And I talked about the sports side of it. I played a lot of cricket, and cricket's quite relevant to right now, actually, with the Ashes that's just been going on. A, how entertaining it is, but B, the camaraderie of cricket. 11 guys spending a lot of time together. No jokes about public school, please. But going through a lot together. For a long time, if you go and play an away game, I was captaining quite a lot of teams. I was quite high up in the sort of, vice captain.
You was tall.
I was. Shut up, will you? But what it made me realise is that the power of communication. If someone's having a bad day, a teammate, I think that's a really important thing. If you do it year after year after year with the same people, it's not too dissimilar from building a small company with someone and building a team. And that I think was really important to me. But how I actually got into agency happened through, and why I'm relatively good at it. It wasn't actually wanting to sell. I just found myself getting essentially a telesales job, but really one of the coolest telesales jobs on the planet.
Where was that?
So my dad rang me one day and said, "What are you doing this summer?" I said, "Oh, I haven't got a clue, father." I was like,
Is that how you talk back then? Because you was posh.
"Of course not."
You were a little bit like Margaret Thatcher. Did the poshness wear off as you got?
I don't know. You tell me. Maybe I've been hanging out with you too long.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
what I did, so I went to work at the Brixton Academy. I got a summer job.
Everyone that's anyone, and this is a very strong note for Solly. Solly is a massive music fan. I'll let him talk about it.
It defines who I am,
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
more than agency.
And I think that you learn so much. I think being involved in a role that took you. How did it get on at the Brixton?
Well,
Academy?
I went there for a 6-week job, cash in hand, and I left 3 years later. And a lot of that is because, let's face it, the Brixton Academy between 1993 and 1996 was a pretty cool place to be.
So
right?
the Brixton Academy it's like a music venue, right?
Yeah, it's sadly closed down for tragic reasons. But at the time,
who were some of the best people that would have played?
So I'd have
there?
seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Cypress Hill, Snoop Dogg, Orbital. I mean, it just goes on. Primal Scream, Stone Roses, Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Sadly not Nirvana, my favourite band of all time. Kurt Cobain killed himself literally a month before the greatest shows of my life.
Wow.
And that culminated actually with me leaving Brixton, not because I was so sad about Kurt, but they actually sold the venue quite soon after that. But what I did day after day, and this is what I'm coming to, day after day after day, I would pick up the phone as soon as they announced a gig, 4 nights, Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's 20,000 people buying tickets.
Wow.
They're not doing it online. Do you know what they're doing? They're seeing something in Melody Maker all the times, and they're phoning a number. And that number went to me and 4 or 5 other people in a room above the stage at the Brixton Academy.
That must have been incredible times.
So I would speak to, on an average week, thousands and thousands of people from all around the world, mainly UK, and some of them would, if it was Bob Dylan fan, they'd go, "Hi, I want to get 4 tickets for the man." And I'd go, "Snigger, snigger, snigger," because obviously we're pretty snotty, punky, Soundgarden-y type people. But, you'd get talking to them, or you'd get some, "Oh, hi, I want to come see the Red Hot Chili Peppers." And then you might think, this person sounds interesting. Let's see where this conversation goes once I've actually sold them 4 tickets for the Red Hot Chili Peppers or Pearl Jam or whatever. And so you're almost sort of, very much like you, but this is on the phone. You were doing it in front of at their front door, but it's a similar kind of coal face of I wasn't trying to sell.